we need to rethink all the land use regulation, how we regulate land use in our cities in order to provide for better prosperity and sustainability. I think that reviewing land use regulation in all our cities can have a great benefit for all. First, we can increase prosperity because a prosperous city, those cities that are more prosperous are those that have income diversity. And to have income diversity, you need to have inclusion and the opportunities for people to locate in the city. So you are going to increase the opportunities of all the people if you try to reach better, less tight land use regulation that provide inclusion. We have some instruments that are, for example, tested in many developed countries, like here in the US, that you have the inclusionary zoning, for example, and this makes very rich mixed income neighborhoods, which are very good for prosperity in the city. Well, there are a few promising solutions to address these challenges, and I want to enumerate just a few of them. The first one is that we need to go beyond housing finance. Many countries have put a lot of effort in housing provision and housing finance without any regard to land policy. So we build cities where low-income housing is constructed in the periphery of the cities with very bad opportunities for all the people. So one of the big challenges and that we have at this time is to try to think about housing policy in relation to land use policy. The second one is that we need to put a strong effort in the provision of infrastructure. Infrastructure must be one of the key points and the key challenges that we need to address. The third one is that I think that we need to move from this discussion if you want more compact cities or less sprawling or less extended cities, and we need to focus in one main thing, access to opportunities. This is what matters, and we can achieve that in a very compact city and monocentric city, or we can achieve that in a polycentric city when people have very good transportation and can access to all and reach all the jobs and opportunities and amenities that the city brings. The fourth key issue that we need to address is we have to set very strong evaluation and monitoring requirements to assess what are the unintended effects of land use regulation on affordability for the different income groups within a city. Achieving the issue of infill development inside the city with the plots that are vacant, it's one very important issue that is being done in many Latin American cities by progressive taxes. The second thing is how to finance infrastructure, and many cities in Colombia, in Quito, in Argentina are financing infrastructure by betterment levies. They are collecting money from households and from firms to finance the provision of infrastructure. The third one is that many cities are densifying and are changing the land use roles, and in many times all these new development rights are given for free. So many cities are doing, and many cities in Brazil, and São Paulo is one of these examples, are trying to sell in the market these building rights, and with this, the money that they collect, they are able to finance new infrastructure. We have the huge issue of informality, informal land development, informal housing, and this is because we set very high standards for land and housing development. So in many Brazilian cities like Belo Horizonte, like Rio de Janeiro, you are lowering standards. You have the zones of a special interest where the standards are lower, and these zones allow people to construct. The minimum size plot in many cities of Latin America, for example, and many cities from developing countries, is too high, it's too big. You have 3,000 square meters of a minimum plot size, and people cannot afford to pay such a large plot. So what we are saying is, well, we need to lower standards in order to allow informal people, informal households to build in the formal market.